Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's I-League here, America. We are in the semifinals, a best-of-3 matchup between Sneaky Nyx Assassins taking on Team Leviathan. It was the Sneaky Nyx Assassins who came out in the previous game on the back of TC's very impressive performance on his Faceless Void. Bringing you the English coverage is myself, Coddle Guy, and joining me remotely, Mr. F4L, my friend. You still hanging in there? We are very early in the day. We are in America Dota, but we're playing on I-League time. It's crazy.
Witch Doctor.
Nope. You are still muted according to Mumble. When you are ready, I'm sure you will unmute your microphone and want to join me in a conversation. But for right now, I'm seeing your icon still as muted, and I will assume that you needed to go to the bathroom immediately or something. You told me already, but it's okay. Hey, I can handle this at the start. Beginning of the draft, set sound. It's going to be a Bat Rider Witch Doctor grab from SNA and Brewmaster Centaur Warrunner. So two big, bad, beautiful men right here.
10 seconds remaining.
Brew mid lane is going to be grabbed up from your Shibby, so he loves playing this hero.
5 seconds remaining.
And then they have the high-paced action of Centaur as their initiator. Works beautifully together. Sneaky Nyx Assassins had a good thing going with that Witch Doctor and Whitebeard, who put down some huge plays with that Death Ward and looking to bring it again, but this time they are going to ban out their Faceless Void on their own side. And they also, of course, have to have those respect bans towards Leviathan's Troll and Pudge early in the banning phase.
10
FRL,
seconds remaining.
how you doing, buddy?
Hello. Did I miss anything? Because I forgot to unmute Mumble on accident.
Yes, I saw that. It's okay. You didn't miss much.
Reserve time.
I'm just glad you're here joining me at such a fun hour of American Dota.
An excellent hour for American tournaments. Shout out to I-League.
Woo! Big money, though. Don't forget it. It's enough money to force players to play this early, mind you. If you don't know already, $300,000. Lots of money.
Yeah. I feel like I saw a tweet recently from Ike's Mike to EE saying, "Why is C9 in my region again?"
Yes, Mike is. I also heard from.
I've heard it
was Gods. Like one of the first things he said in the Skype conversation was, "Why are they in this division?"
I still don't understand.
I agree. Let's be honest. C9 is not really an American team. If they had a gamer house in America, then I would definitely value the argument that much more. But
they would be an American team then, because they all lived in America. I'd be perfectly fine with that, but. That's a topic for another discussion.
Yeah, well, that discussion could come up pretty quick. I mean, we got the finals of this thing tomorrow. That winning team is going to be the one sole American team to make it to the LAN. And Cloud9, obviously, probably going to be one of the most favorite teams to take the whole thing. And if SNA has anything to say, they're going to try to meet them in those finals. And if SNE9 do win, you can't help but think, well, what if they weren't even here to begin with? So... yeah, you're always going to have those kind of attitude after a while, but SNA want to at least match them in the finals. To do that, they have to beat through Leviathan.
Reserve time.
And let's see if they can do it. Razor's going to be grabbed out here. It's another hero that TC certainly loves to farm on. Brax as well is pretty notorious for playing the hero in the mid lane. Good grab overall. Nothing too exciting. Pretty bland start to this draft, if I had to say.
Yeah, pretty standard stuff. I mean, you're going to have the Bat Rider, Witch Doctor, and Razor coming out from Sneaky Nyx Assassins. The Vengeful Spirit picked up from Leviathan. I like this pickup. Does do quite well against Bat Rider. You're going to have that nice defensive swap capability up against that Flaming Lasso. And they go with the Brewmaster and the Centaur. I like the idea of picking both of these heroes together just because you don't allow the other team to get their hands on the Centaur, as it is a very strong counter to the Brewmaster.
I like it. I like Centaur. Definitely hold his own. It's a Naga game. It's a Naga grab right there, unless this is going to be a support Naga, which it's Leviathan. You never know. These kids love to do their Dota hijinks.
Have you seen them play Naga before?
No, to be honest with you, I haven't. I have not seen a Naga played from Leviathan in recent time from the games I've casted. So I don't know what position this hero will fill. I believe I've seen Shredder play a core Centaur, and I would imagine that before a Naga, but who knows, man? Maybe they change things up a bit.
And like we said, it could also
5
just be that
seconds
support
remaining.
Naga, but something we haven't really seen in recent times, at least. Not that I've seen.
Works good against BKB
Reserve
heroes as a
time.
support, and Razor could be one to grab
Yeah.
a BKB, so, you know, has that extra bit of lockdown and ability with the ensnare. And you can use that, obviously, against Witch Doctor. Hell, it works on Bat Rider as a good anti-Bat Rider to go along with the Vengeful Spirit, which they already have to counter it. Plus Song. Song is fantastic counter to Bat Rider until he gets his BKB, but we'll see. I think it has a lot of utility in
Certainly
this
is.
game as a support, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they end up doing.
Yeah, the hero's just so strong as a one-position carry right now, you know, in that mid lane or the safe lane. We've seen it being banned against lots of teams, especially teams that favorite, you know, Alliance and Cloud9 come to mind as teams that really love to pick up these illusion-based carries, as they're just so strong in the late game.
We'll see. Now Sneaky Nyx Assassin's beginning to dip into their time piggy bank right now. For this is usually Fluff's spot. Like, what does Fluff get right here? You know, and we've seen him pick up anything from Enigma to Enigma. And Enigma is going to be played at FRL. I almost called it. I'm kidding. But a greedy
It's gonna
support.
be played up by Whitebeard, I think.
Okay.
So.
Way wrong on this one.
Yep.
My Dota crystal ball is broken, FRL. Let me just try to
That's
fix this
okay.
thing. This thing's broken, dude. All right.
10 seconds remaining.
So a greedy support fits their bluish hue theme. Maybe feeling like they won't be
5
imposed
seconds
too much in the
remaining.
early game, so he has free will through that jungle. But it's Leviathan FRL. This team, it doesn't even matter if you have a jungling support. They love to invade.
team
They love to
ban.
invade early. I hope Sneaky Nyx Assassins have a formidable early level 1 fight, because Leviathan could
I
look
wouldn't
to
be
take it.
surprised if they just decide to ward up the whole jungle of this Enigma. You know,
Yeah.
maybe putting even like 2 sentries and an observer ward even to block
10
all 3
seconds
camps.
remaining.
Betsy, that would be crazy. Could be done.
I mean, it is something that we
5
see.
seconds
I think the 2
remaining.
ways that you deal with Enigma is you either have a really strong dual roam support where you can just walk into the jungle and
Reserve
casually
time.
kill him with the well-placed observer ward to get vision, or you just ward up his camps, force him to either buy sentries, maybe you even put them in some funny places so he's not able to even find them, and he's sort of forced into doing that Zai movement where he goes into the offlane, tries to, you know, pick up just a little bit of experience until those sentries end up expiring. So it'd be interesting to see what Leviathan choose to do. I definitely think you have to do something, because
10 seconds
I
remaining.
really don't think it's an option against a good Enigma to do
Radiant
nothing.
team pick.
No, I agree. They know what it's like to lose your jungle and how terrible of an experience it could be. I think it was even in their matchup in the Summit 2. It's rattling my brain. I think they were playing Complexity. I'm pretty positive it was the first game of their matchup against Complexity. They did their Leviathan roam, and it was on Radiant side. They went up to the top lane, so they'll probably do it again this game because they're used to doing it. But they didn't catch anyone because they had like a Sand King or something, or an
10
Enigma
seconds
themselves.
remaining.
So the other team just went into their jungle, and they're like, oh, no one's here. We'll just
5
ward up
seconds
everything.
remaining.
And they took the whole jungle away, and they were just so crippled from the start. So they know what it's
Reserve
like to
time.
lose that jungle advantage. And I'm banking that Leviathan's going to be going hard early and go right through that jungle and take all that farm away. So
10
hopefully
seconds
Sneaky Nyx
remaining.
Assassins are going to be onto it and put up a strong defense.
5
Now, I
seconds
would like to note
remaining.
a lot of respect bans actually coming out from this game. I would say
Dire
3 of the
team pick.
first 4 bans from Sneaky Nyx Assassins,
Yeah.
definite respect bans. The
Oh, yeah.
Troll, the Pudge, and the Sardar. I mean, these heroes are typically not played by any teams,
Yep.
you know, except Leviathan.
They're heroes
And
that Leviathan is so comfortable with, and you want to take that
Yeah.
away from them. Put them into in a position where they have to play a hero they're not so comfortable with. Could be this Naga, you know.
It's going to be
But
a support, I think.
it is a support Naga. There's your
I
slaughter.
wonder if this was used to deny
10
it,
seconds
to deny the
remaining.
Naga maybe from Sneaky Nyx Assassins. Could have
5 seconds
possibly
remaining.
been that way. I mean, Naga is not a bad support hero. I mean, the song is going to be quite good in this game. You're going to have a pretty nice tool to cancel up this black hole until the BKB comes out. Even when the BKB comes out, you're still going to have the net available, which also goes through BKB. So they're going to have a lot of tools to deal with, you know, canceling up this black hole, even if he gets the BKB.
Yeah, I like it here, and we'll see. It's going to be a pretty high-paced mid-game coming out from Sneaky Nyx Assassins here. With that Storm Spirit grab, they're going to be jumping all over the place, and we'll have to see how much work Sunken can do on this, what is considered now kind of an unorthodox Naga support grab, and Jenkins as well. Jenkins is actually playing the Slark. Okay, so Shredder is going to be back on his core Centaur, it looks like, for now, but we can still
It's
do our
going to be an
introductions.
offlane,
But
Sark.
It's a bit all over the place right now. We'll see. They could change up the roles, but regardless, we're underway. We got to get hype, folks. Oh, yeah. It's I-League. No, I can't do it. It's just too early in the morning. I'm sorry, FRL. It's I-League here, $300,000. Leviathan taking on the Sneaky Nyx Assassins. They are up 1 game, they being Sneaky Nyx Assassins. And Leviathan would love to take this to a game number 3 because the winner moves on to the finals. The winner of that goes to China. A shot at getting all that sweet, sweet money. But here we go. I'll start your introductions off with Leviathan, your Radiant side, and they are moving as a group. They are pulling out a smoke. This is Leviathan and what they do. Jenkins in the front on Slark. Nushin playing your VS right behind Sunken on the support Naga. Shredder going to be playing your Centaur Warrunner, and Shibby in the back line is going to be playing your Brew. I am rolling through these intros because it's going to be them looking to get the first catch off. He's level with the ensnare. They do. Long ball and snare. Does catch on TC. The 4-man hit squat. Trying to get the catch. The pounce is not going to catch now. A big, long damage sap coming out from TC. And uh-oh, devastating start right now.
So many stacks.
Uh-oh. They are not getting it done. That is not what you
they
want
might
to
lose
do.
3.
Sunken. He's going to get caught out now as well. Right-click Malphus. Now Shredder under huge pressure. Uh-oh.
6 stacks.
Oh, Shredder. So many stacks
no.
goes down. This is American Dota, folks, for those of you over in the European scene and across our eastern border, I guess. Wow. The Leviathan early invade I was hyping up so much in the draft turns into an utter disaster at the start of this one. 3-0. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Invisibility.
Then on Dire, on the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassin, we're going to have IX Mike. I mean, what can you say about that initial engagement? I mean, other than Batrider just did so much work actually with the sticky napalm. So IX Mike's going to be playing as the Batrider. Did a lot of work at level 1 with that sticky napalm. Gonna have Fluff and stuff on the Witch Doctor. Whitebeard gonna be playing that Jungle Enigma. In the mid lane, we're gonna have Brax on the Storm Spirit. And in the off lane, we're gonna have TC playing the Razor. It looks like Fluff and stuff does end up TPing to rotate and help him, as they are just sort of sacking IX Mike at this point against this aggressive trailing.
Here we go. We'll see how the lanes finally go to their usual early start, but after that huge advantage, we'll see if Sneaky Nyx Assassins continue to keep the momentum built up in their laning phase and punishing Leviathan for having a staggering start. Nushin's right on it, goes right towards that creep camp and is trying to prevent them from getting a lot of control with this creep
Dire's top
Librium.
tower
And
is under
you
attack.
also see Whitebeard here. Sunken is committed to getting on Whitebeard's case right now and forcing him all the way back and trying to make this jungle a living hell. It looks like they still have a couple, or they have a ward. They're not going to plan it.
It's
They're
actually
going
going
to
to give them vision.
Uh-oh. They walk right past another ward, so they're going to be spotted. And these ladies are going to be waiting here for quite a while if they're going for an engagement. No, Brax still hangs around. Long ensnare, but a little too far. So Brax is going to at least force out an ensnare, but walks away.
Honestly, you know, that ward, even though it was placed for that level 1 engagement, it does give him some nice vision and protection in this mid lane for these support rotations. And it looks like they're pretty much just going to give up on this aggressive trialing, realizing that they're probably not going to get anything out of it.
Top lane, it's Mike that's flying all through the creeps, taking huge farm, and really having a strong control here against Shredder in the off lane.
Dire's
So they
middle
kinda
tower
just
is
switch
under attack.
positions, switch who's playing what where for Leviathan right now, and it's feeling like they maybe are trying to rebuild up a formula for their gameplay as something doesn't seem to be working for them. Just getting a weird vibe like that, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, after that happens at level 1, what do you do at that point? Very
Cry.
difficult to play.
Cry and
I mean, they're not even going to be able to slow down this Enigma at all. They can't really rotate into his jungle because they had such a poor level 1 start. You know, they're not going to be able to gank him. They didn't ward any of his camps, so very rough start right now for Leviathan.
rough right now. He's Sunken, sees Mike taking away their pull. Really, there's not a lot they can do. Watch him fly right back over the hilltop and back to the promised land, away. As they're just getting a little bit of everything now from all laning stages. Maybe mid lane should be trying to build his way back into this one. Brax only up by about 4 CS. The Storm Spirit could get out of him pretty quick. He's now level 5. The ganking opportunity to take down Brax before he gets his level 6 could close pretty quick. As Leviathan, I don't think are going to really have a chance to go on the offensive anytime soon. But as I say that, Sunken approaches Mike with Nusham in hand, and he just simply flies away.
It looks like the Sneaky Nyx Assassins actually like these early points into the Maledict to try to add some additional kill pressure.
They're still making a go on Mike here. It's pretty low, but he's able to make it to the other side. And at that, meanwhile, they had added some pressure on the Shibby in the mid lane with that Maledict and small bit of burst, but nothing worth to really get any sort of kills. No,
I like what
No, go ahead, man.
I like what Sneaky Nyx Assassins are doing with TC and the Razor, because every time when he's in the bottom lane, he's in that 1v1. After they rotate the support heroes down, they just rotate him back to the safe lane, give him that 1v1 matchup again. So, they're doing a nice job letting TC have these 1v1 matchups up against those melee heroes.
And we'll see how much he can take advantage of that. As right now he's not imposing on anyone, but finding his own way, and been relatively calm since the initial burst at the start of this one. As really it's Leviathan just kind of getting their own bit of putback here, and I'm really anxious to see what their plans are with this support Naga and how much more engagements they're going to look to go for. It's just hard at this point to really be too aggressive.
I would say that Sneaky Nyx Assassins are definitely getting more out of this laning stage. You know, they have the pretty much uncontested jungling Enigma. Storm is doing quite well for himself in the mid lane, up about 10 CS. Razor up about 10 CS on the safe lane Slark. So the way they've rotated their heroes around after getting that huge advantage at level 1 has been really nice to see.
Shredder, fortunately for him, the creeps now back to his tower area where, well, hopefully he can at least work with 2, but just as I say that, the creeps are going to be forced all the way back across the bridge, and it starts getting into a sketchy territory. You don't want to overcommit as a Centaur to get a creep kill. Instead, just kind of working with the XP range is the best you can ask for right now, and he'll continue to do that. Now your crazy flute's going to be sounded, and apparently that means an invis was popped here from Shibby, and he does scout out Whitebeard. Does he have enough to take him down here? Whitebeard is level 6 as well. And he's like, wait a minute, I can't do this if he has a black hole. That might not be the best. And he goes back towards mid where Brax does get locked down with the ensnare, and Shibby's going to be on it. Does he have enough to take down Brax? Brax does have his level 6. Just ball lightnings up to the high ground. And no thank you, sir.
Brax can be perfectly safe in this mid lane now that he is level 7 on the Storm Spirit. So just go ahead and pick up a Soul Ring. So I'm curious to see if he's going to go straight to that Bloodstone or if he just has a casual Soul Ring. Give himself some additional mana. It does synergize very well with the hero. Able to give yourself a lot of additional mana, especially if you go for those treads.
I wonder after Shibby got that bit of intel if they'll consider maybe trying to handle Whitebeard in the jungle, but it doesn't seem like based on their body language they're looking to do that potentially. Nusham goes right back towards the bottom lane to help their Slug recuperate, bring together farm 32 and 8, but
is Whitebeard going on Midas on Enigma? Are they just going mass Midases? They have the Midas on the Razor. I mean, I don't think it's entirely impossible that Whitebeard could go for a Midas here. Just because of how ahead they are, they just, you know, when you're ahead, just get more ahead, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Shredder caught out top lane. Cass is going to be there. A lot of damage being taken up from TC. One more whip to the back inside. Bang! Gets it done. Nice grab right there. Now rotation from Slark does get the pounce on TC. Can we get a return kill? We can. Very nice return grab right there from your Slark Jenkins. But man, oh man, that was a huge whip coming out from TC onto Centaur.
I mean, look at this gold graph. 5,000 gold, 4,000 experience at 8 minutes. That is really enormous
Dire's
advantage.
bottom
And
tower is under attack.
honestly, most of it's stemming from that level 1 engagement. I mean, we've talked about it quite a few times at this point. So I don't want to talk about it too much, but they're just able to get a large item advantage on all these lanes early, and they're able to just snowball those advantage into CS leads.
And I have to tell you, if that first devastating engagement didn't happen for Leviathan, it could have gone pretty good the other way. If they were able to significantly shut down Mike, he didn't really have a jungle to work with to go back to. This Bat Rider would have just been crippled without much farm to work with, and it would have been a long time before we'd seen any sort of blink or anything be put together, but he has
it's going to be a
1,300
Midas.
gold, and And it is indeed going to be
Okay.
a Midas. Oh,
Alright, how many times has this item even been completed?
so a Midas en route. During that, meanwhile, Mike does go down bottom lane. Sunken does get the last hit on the Naga. So they just get a nice pick off right there. They expend a lot forward. The couple of extra stuns and the ensnare sets it up. And it's just a friggin' ridiculous amount of lockdown. Whitebeard smoked up here, scouting out to see if they can get a pick off here. And Jenkins, he has a black hole and he wants to use it. Pounces forward, Malphus. Midnight Pulse, can I get a hole? I certainly can. Here it comes, baby. Come right towards the middle, and it's TC who's just going to whip him on down, and Razor gets that kill. Continues to farm it on up. I mean, if you got a Midas and you're getting kills, why not?
Alright, so Midas has been bought in 4 games
Cool.
out of 115. It's one time and lost 3 times.
All right, so according to stats, not working so good here for Whitebeard, but he could be one of the few that actually pull it off if he so chooses.
Radiant's
But
top tower is
very
under
greedy
attack.
nonetheless, as Enigma will continue to spend time in the jungle. I mean, hell, they're finding a fair amount of kills across the map, even without everyone really getting invested. You go over here, you get that pick off, we go back to farm, then you guys kind of go out there, you find what you want. Seems like a relatively even exchange on the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassins, and more pressure building up on Leviathan's end. They needed something to turn this around. I mean, there's your Blink Dagger, though. This is going to be a big deal here, though, for Leviathan. Should be getting his Blink Dagger. Could certainly help in grabbing some pickoffs and turning the momentum back over. Uh-oh.
Dire's bottom
Brax is like,
tower
nope, mine.
is under
Not
attack.
yours. Takes that rune away.
Yeah, I mean, they really need to do something because in the current state of the game, Sneaky Nyx Assassins are just completely out farming them, and there's no sign of them slowing down. They're just going to keep farming this Enigma in the jungle. I mean, there's really no point for him to leave. Sure, he makes one rotation, uses the black hole, is able to get a kill, but...
Fight breaks out mid lane. Brax and Shibby just kind of square off a little bit, but neither really commit a whole lot. Maybe just trying to bait out something bottom lane, though. They do make the go on Mike. Mike eats a lot of damage right here. He's trying to fly on home and away from trouble. Gets the flame break off, but immediately bouncing back in is your Slark. Nice grab right there. Jenkins picks it up. Walks himself right back to lane. Here comes Fluff, though, smoked up right towards this bottom. He might be able to get a solo pick off with a Death Ward. He's going for it. There's your right click. Drops the ward, and he just simply pounces away. Nushim, however, very nice rotation going to be here with that magic missile. Fluff pops his heel and get the hell away from me, or some shit he says as he walks away. That was a terrible accent. Look at it go. Get the hell away. I don't know.
Alright, so Coddle Guy, aka Witch Doctor. Is,
Witch Doctor guy.
yeah, Witch Doctor Guy. That's your new name.
Cool, dude.
Now you need some Witch Doctor cosplay now
Oh, dude.
on your stream.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably been done. Can I get a snake? Give me an excuse to get a boa, I guess. Why not, right?
Oh, he has a snake. Look at that.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Pretty cool cosmetic.
talk about things coming together for Leviathan. That Blink Dagger coming on Shibby is yet to really put into an exhibition and get some kills. But at the same time, Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they're happy to wait this one out. Now you got a mech nearly complete on Whitebeard. It was just a moment ago he had a Midas, but now he wants to put the use of Black Hole here. Shredder walks himself through a Midnight Pulse, has to pull out the Stampede to get away from this one, but can he? Gets the whip. Oh, can't quite get it. TC can't follow through with that one. They don't commit the hole, though, for it. And Centaur will
I mean,
live
look
on.
Radiant's
at
bottom
the
tower
farm and
is under
levels on this
attack.
Enigma. He's level 11, the same level as his Razor, who's pretty much been solo the entire game. You know, a higher level than his solo mid. Nearly has the
Dire's
mechanism
middle
completed
tower
at
is
12
under
minutes
attack.
on top of his Midas sorting and Ground
Radiant's
Root, so
bottom tower is under attack.
Mike's got
just
his
not
Blink Dagger.
sure.
So Mike's got his Blink Dagger now. No smoke, though. I usually like my blinks to come with smokes on my Bat Riders just because you want to get
Dire's
that
middle
kill. It's a
tower is
quota
under
you got to
attack.
meet. You got to get the kill and the kidnapping underway before they even know you have a Blink Dagger. That's when you really strike it home here. But Brax walking across the bottom lane and not really finding anything, goes to his reside for farm, and Mike just continues to wait it about. Not showing the light, though, so he can make sure he does not show them he has the Blink Dagger. What is he doing here? He's walking right over to enemy territory. Maybe he can get a kill here on the bottom, though. That'd be a nice grab.
And they actually choose to just have Brax farming this offlane because how did they kill him? You know, the pounce really doesn't not effective against the storm. Centaur can't walk up to him and just stun him, so
Waltzes in, but Shredder is going to be the one that's going to be grabbed, and Mike gets that quota. He gets his kill with his blink dagger before Leviathan even know what the hell hit him. Brad hits the deck, and Brax will do a little bit extra damage on the tower. Can't quite get the objective follow-up, but still, big grab right there in your offlane Centaur, or what started as an offlane Centaur. And now, all the meanwhile, TC's been farming up the top lane. And
I mean, that tower is deniable.
it continues.
Are they
going
to go for the last hit? Nah, they know they're going to go for it.
Good deny.
Radiant's top tower
Someone
has
gets it
been
right there.
denied.
Uh-oh, back on the other side on the jungle. It's going to be Slark trying to get away from Mike. Mike obviously does not have his lasso anymore, but it's going to be enough to at least bully him out. And now SNA can kind of have a little more breathing room to poke at this tower a bit. Oh, we got Centaur back here, but he's all alone.
Brax getting fairly close to his Orchid. That's going to be a nice item pickup for him. Very good against both this, I mean, good against all of these heroes, especially the Panda.
Oh, yeah.
Getting that last hit. That's going to be his Orchid.
The snowball is building up. It's getting pretty big. Leviathan at an early laning disadvantage in this one. Not showing a lot of potential for a strong mid game right now. We're getting 15 minutes in. It's all top 3 net worth belonging to SNA in the jungle. Fluff just laughs at your Slark and TP's out.
Yeah, it's not like they really have any good comeback mechanics either.
I was hoping that maybe Brew would kind of go off on a tangent, but it's going to be SNA who continue their tangent, going on bottom lane. They get Slark, and they take Slark down. It only takes 2. SNA always get these side pickoffs. They don't even have to invest a whole lot as far as hands. It just seems to be 2 or 3-man hit jobs. And
DC even getting a solo kill in the top lane on his Vengeful Spirit.
He gets one alone. It's ridiculous. And, well, back on the other side of the world,
Song tower is under
going to be coming out from Sunken to...
Nothing's going right for Leviathan right now.
Oh, not really get a whole lot done. It's a hot mess right now. Whitebeard and Fluff, the support duo,
are fortified.
pushing down the mid lane. Not without a care in the world.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And here's Shredder here. Still can't get a Blink Dagger. Trying to run down this Enigma, but ends up eating the Malphus and can't quite do anything with it. A situation where if he had that Blink Dagger, would have gone a lot better. Slark once again will see a TP and not be able to get a kill. Sad times right now for Leviathan. Bottom lane, it just continues to get more depressing. Sunken gets picked off right there from Brax. Very nice jumping from him. Another pick off right there. 10-3 your score. The net worth continues to go right down. Going right towards the 13K mark already. This might be a quick series, F4L.
Yeah. And, I mean, we talked about it. What's their comeback mechanic? I mean, maybe if this was a core position Naga, there might be a chance where, you know, you get that Radiance and then you can start split pushing these lanes, but
well, we are
it's
going
just a really tough game right now for Leviathan. They do get the level 11 onto the Brewmaster, so that might be, you know, a way for them to take a team fight. But,
I don't think it's going to be enough. It's not going to be enough.
I don't either.
Jenkins continues to get caught out even on the side from 2 members. Imagine once Sneaky Nixes doesn't decide to like push as a full force. I don't think there's going to be a lot of potential there for Leviathan to really make the comeback. And Newsham decides to take this time to go to his pottery class and throw together a statue for himself as we wait for Whitebeard, who's currently having some DC issues. Does make himself back into the game, so we should be back and underway. Got a bit nervous there, F4L. It was our series earlier that we had a lot of problems with pauses. So far up until this point,
I think we had equal pause in playtime, I think.
Yeah, I think the games went double in length just with the pauses alone. It was very sad.
Real exciting time.
Yes. Lots of bullshit was had. Here we go, though. We are going to get back and underway, and we'll find out if Sneaky Nyx Assassins will continue to build up this snowball into Victoryville. And then they wait to face off the winner of C9 going against Team Union Gaming. Oh boy, who will it be?
Radiant's bottom tower
I wonder whose rare one's going to be on for that matchup.
Oh no.
Okay, well, there is going to be another
okay.
pause.
It's just a bug.
Item bug. Okay. Hope I didn't jinx myself with that one, FRL. Woo. Yeah, I don't want to jinx myself with that.
Wait, there's no D2 lounge or Dota 2 lounge for these.
No.
Okay. So.
Oh, that's right. I don't know why I said that then. Maybe they're betting on another site, like Gosu Gamers or something. I think
Or
they have a system. Esportsbets.com.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, don't you guys have like
Your
a
insight. Who's
sponsor?
going to something other? Who is going to take a deuce? Who is going to forget to put the lid down after they take that
Earn
deuce?
real money.
Earn real monies.
You have a...
What?
I don't even know what it says. It's like, do you have a knack for...
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I want to do a voiceover for an ad. I think I'd be pretty good at it. Hold on here.
I thought the Shiva one was really funny.
I think I can. I don't know if you'll hear this probably, but I can do an epic announcer voice. Let me see here.
Alright, let's see.
Hold on. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm going
Is it the echo effect?
Shh, don't spoil it. Hey, earn real esports money. I think I could have. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, game is back underway. Okay. Yeah, I could have done it. I could have definitely done it, but we'll see. Maybe next time. Brax, Invis. How convenient. On top, Shibby jumps forward. He's like, I got this. Oh, what the hell? That is a Storm Spirit. Nice swap defensively, though, from New Shim. Death Ward is going to be popped, and it's enough to force Leviathan all the way back and away. But here we go. First time this game, it looks like a 5-man roll-through from Sneaky Nyx Assassins. They know they have upper hand, and they want to put a lid on this game. It's Mike who jumps back and behind. Not going to catch anyone with the lasso, but does zone them back enough for an easy tower takedown. And now they pull up the Bloodhounds, and they're going to sweep right through Leviathan territory and take all that sweet gold from their jungle.
And, I mean, I'm just struggling to find ways where Leviathan can come back into this game. I mean, we talked about, sure, they have the level 11 on the Brewmaster now, but I don't think that's enough in these teamfights. They need a blink mat. They need a blink at least on the Centaur, to try to maybe find some pickoffs, try to find some maybe members of Sneaky Nyx Assassins being out of position, but they're doing a really good job not being out of position constantly. Now pushing as 5, always having more members in these little engagements than Leviathan, so
I mean,
it's just a tall order at this point.
Is this just like... Hold on here. There's your long rock. We'll connect
so
on
they might get
Whitebeard. He does have a mech up at the ready, and he doesn't use it. Doesn't feel it. He doesn't need to use it. Doesn't care. Brax, however, will be able to jump out with his ball lightning. He's going to be very low on mana at this point.
Brax
Can they
doesn't
go
have any...
forward here? Oh, Cyclone's going to catch. Though their split does expire, can they take down Brax? He's pretty low. He'll have enough for one decent jump here. Jumps himself towards the side chop to get away, but they catch right up right there. Oh, wait, the swap to go for a magic missile? The plays? What is Leviathan thinking? They can't get him, though. They do the leapfrog effect. Oh, they do see him there. Oh, even the song will come out. Holds him there. He just hops right across the pond. Up and above the ensnare this time. Will get a hold of him. Trying to catch both action here as Fluff will go down on the left-hand side of your screen. Right side, Brax makes one more jump. He's slippery. Pounce forward. Oh, man, that was a lot of sweat out there, but they finally get him. All the meanwhile, the rest of Nyx are just like, what the hell are you guys doing over there? We're farming up, going for a tier 2 now.
And I mean, just as I said that,
has fallen.
just as I was giving Sneaky Nyx Assassins a lot of praise for, staying as a unit, always having more heroes.
Yeah, I love it though. He puts it out there. He's like, I'm gonna own this black hole. Goes all the way to the end. Though Whitebeard does still catch up with Jenkins, puts him all the way in the corner, and ultimately will right-click him down. Your Enigma just beats the hell out of a Slark after just throwing out a black hole into Nowhereville. Boy, oh boy.
He put a black hole in a black hole.
It's just like, this side shop looks good. Black hole.
Just go ahead and pick up that blink, and we are probably going to get this tier 2 bottom. There is no split available, no song, so Rex does get a quick, easy solo kill onto the center, using that ball lightning, the orchid, and a single static remnant picks up that easy, nice
yeah,
solo
Mike! Got that illusion! Nice grab right there from Mike. Naga is fortunately gonna live on. But yeah, great pick off there on the top lane. Didn't catch any of it, but Centaur did go down.
Yeah, and then Storm quickly goes down in return as they are able to blink onto him. Just the Brewmaster didn't have enough mana.
They make a jump. They're trying to get Fluff, but with TC coming in, and Slark cannot persist and will not be able to take down that Fluff support. He just quickly heals up with that urn, and it's as if nothing ever happened.
So, I mean, Leviathan are slowly, you know, trying to claw their way back into this game, but if we look at the gold graph, it's about 15,000 gold, 10,000 experience, so still a significant advantage for Sneaky Nyx Assassins at the moment. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go for a Roche attempt fairly soon with this Enigma. They don't really have a medallion on any of these heroes. Maybe I'd like to see Fluff and stuff possibly just pick up a medallion, give themselves the opportunity to take Roche that much faster. Because, I mean, to be honest, they don't have too much damage coming out.
Shredder does get his Blink Dagger. Better late than never, they say. But now, a little bit of extra spunk on their side. We'll see. Big Bad Brad Shredder can look for some more potential, because Leviathan certainly do need it at this point. But we'll see. Shibby throws together a Vlad's, stomping out this mid lane, bringing together farm. I think Nyx have control pretty good here, even with the Bat Rider on this side, that if they wanted to go for a reasonable Roche, they could. But for now, just kind of taking it
Radiant's
slow.
bottom tower is under
TC
attack.
goes all the way towards this bottom lane to continue to farm up as they just try to spread Leviathan thin across the whole map, it looks like, adding pressure from top as
Radiant's
well.
bottom tower is under attack.
AC, it looks like, is probably going to get this tower for free as he does have a history, so...
Wow, Brax gets taken apart. Fluff now, though. Big Death Ward, not going to be enough. Cask was reasonable, but not that Whitebeard effect we saw last game, unfortunately. 2 go down from SNA. And now mid lane,
Radiant's bottom
Mike and
tower is
Whitebeard
under attack.
continue to push it here. Leviathan find a lot of work there in the top lane.
Yeah, but I mean, even with these pickoffs, if we look at the gold graph, they're not even getting ahead in golds. Like, they're not making up any ground, because even when they kill, you know, 1 or 2 heroes, you know, they lose a tower, or, you know, everyone else on Sneaky Nyx Assassins was farming during that time, and yeah, it looks like they're finally gonna just head into the Roche pit with Whitebeard. Probably we'll see TC go in
Dire's
as
top
well.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, it looks like he was just selling up something so that he can pick up that Aegis.
Like bottom lane, he gets a good push in to force Leviathan all the way back, and because they took down this tier 1 bottom lane, there's really no tower to TP2 to get there quick enough. But it is going to be Slark catching off. Mike in the jungle. Mike TP's away. And for like the 3rd, 4th, 5th time this game, Jenkins is going to have to see his prey kind of just walk away scot-free. It does force SNA to pull away from Roche for now. We'll see how long Leviathan want to hang around this neighborhood and maybe consider some sort of clash at the Roche pit, but we might see a clash before that even happens here. Brax jumps on board, immediately goes for Nusham. Stampede on the return. Shredder tries to get a hold of Brax, and he just zips back the other way right now. Put and pop as he goes right towards Nusham. They begin to right-click it home right now while TC goes for Shibby. They do manage to take down VES. Black Hole comes out from Whitebeard, and it's kind of a black hole that doesn't really do a whole lot, but it's going to be enough, I guess, as they clear down to Fluff. Oh, Sunken gets out the song. Will make the leisurely walk out from this engagement. But, I say that, and it's going to be Whitebeard blinking forward. Mouth is going to catch him in his place, and Sunken's also going to go down. It's Sneaky Nyx Assassins who continue to build up so much.
Radiant's middle tower
Imagine
is
they'll
under attack.
look to put Leviathan out of their misery in the near future, but not before going right back towards Roche to finish off what they initially had started.
That should be a pretty easy Roche grab up for Sneaky Nyx Assassins. 3 heroes dead for Leviathan. The Black Hole is sort of wasted again, but doesn't really matter. They don't really need that spell to win these team fights.
Just a spell.
And yep. Brewmaster does fall there without using Primal Split.
Fluff gets
And
caught.
stuff.
Back end of a centaur and just chops him down like it was nothing. Zaldic does go off, but that's just Fluff creating a little bit of space for them to Roche scot-free. Brax is doing a little bit of that same thing, drawing him towards mid lane, but look at this. Slark knows what's going on, is in the area. TC and Whitebeard push him all the way back, and they actually couldn't
They're
even
actually
do
not
much
gonna
damage
finish
to
Roche.
Roche. Yeah,
Tower
Roche
is under
is
attack.
surprisingly Not that low, considering how much time they were given to do
Dyer's
it.
middle
And they get a
tower
mid
has
tower?
fallen.
What is happening right now? This is Leviathan on the turn back. They take a tier 1. They take down that little
Radiant's top
fluff. They get a
tower
couple of
is
kills.
under attack.
Now they move in.
They're even gonna get Rosh.
They see a
And they
Half-Life
actually do
Rosh.
it quite fast with
Uh-oh.
the Wave of Terror and Vengeance Aura.
Oh, Whitebeard. Uh-oh. Oh, he jumps in and gets swapped right into the pit.
Is
See,
there
like-
any way for him to get down? Oh, he gets a TP
Dyer's
from one of
middle
his
tower
Oh,
is under
man,
attack.
oh, man. Whoops. That wasn't what I was
Roshan
intending.
has
He didn't even have a
fallen
black
to the
hole. That
radio.
was just, I don't know what. TC now might be in trouble. Forced to pull out the BKB to get away from that pounce. Now turns back onto Slark. Steps away once more as Brew has a split off. Goes right for Fluff. Fluff gets the cask off. Very nice on a Brew. Does force a couple of spirits to stay back as he tries to make a leisurely walk away from this one. Meanwhile, you see Shredder right there go down. And now they put their focus onto Slark, locking in place with Mike. Brax and company able to clean it out. And well, your Aegis that was just picked up from Leviathan. The advantage it felt like they were going to have, that advantage, now it's gone. Shibby goes down after already losing the Aegis. As it ends up being, what is that? Oh, yeah, 1 for none. Thank you, Valve. No, it's like a, what, 4 for 1? Something like that.
It was a... I don't know.
Huge
3 for 1.
turnaround right there. That was very back and forth emotion.
Did Venge die?
Felt.
I don't think Venge died. No, Venge TP'd out. So it was 3 for 1. So 3 for 1, they do kill Panda twice, so... I think the main thing there is that Leviathan actually just denied the Aegis from Sneaky Nyx Assassins more importantly than anything. Because, I mean, the Aegis there didn't really do too much, but they do end up denying the Rosh from Sneaky Nyx Assassins, which is quite important when trying to hold your high ground. As the 2 lives is very useful when pushing up to the enemy base. Looks like they are going to just rotate into this mid lane, try to get this last remaining outer tower.
Yes, sir. Take all that map away from Leviathan, restrict
Radiant's
their farm,
middle
suffocate
tower
them,
is under
herd them like
attack.
sheep. I said it all before, and it's Nyx Assassins that are on the advantage for this
Radiant
one.
structures
Brax
are
scouts out,
fortified.
sees Jenkins.
Radiant's
Mike jumps
middle
on,
tower
grabs him
is
into
under
a
attack.
death ward, but the song is going to be there. Sunken, there to aid out. Slark
He
companion.
actually has, if we haven't talked about his items at all, but he has Mana Boots, Hand of Midas, and Blink Dagger on the Snaga side.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
That's funky. Uh-oh, mid lane, they're making a jump on TC. Jenkins forced to pull out the Shadow Walk, but can't follow through with getting the grab right there. So, Sneaky Nyx Assassins waltz themselves out without having to lose anyone, and just continuing to add pressure. Now, no more outer towers here for Leviathan, and imagine some wards and dewarding should be happening here momentarily. Mike
Look at it go.
has that gem. See if he looks to kind of just take control on all fronts. He's doing it right here, flying over up and above, but wards across the river.
Yeah, and I mean, a BKB coming out from Jenkins' first item on the Slark, not really something we're used to seeing. Usually, you know, go for those stat items, usually the Scotty first, and sometimes even a Basher before even picking up that BKB, and sometimes we don't even see a BKB picked up at all. I'd say that's actually quite frequent, to be honest.
Yeah, it's clear that they have to just continue to play more defensive style kind of a game, at least for now. Oh, and as I say that, they prove me wrong. They jump right on the TC. It's Jenkins who thinks he can make it go happen. Oh, Shredder. Not going to catch that hoof stomp. Unfortunately, we're not quite close enough to commit. Static Link was already brought out, and TC would just have too much damage by that point. He could have just turned back on the both of them. So, Leviathan not finding another opportunity there.
And it looks like Whitebeard does recognize that there are a lot of ways to deal with the BKB.
Ooh, beautiful bait from Brax. Forces Shibby to come out from the woodwork, and Mike just goes right onto him with that lasso. Now the Orchid
Actually,
dished
gonna
out,
be able to
pull back, but they can't do it. Shredder now shows up. They are able to step away from the hoof stomp very nicely. Oh, another juke away. Mike gets the blink off TP. He's out of there. Very slippery squad, the Sneaky Nyx Assassins, as they sneakily escape from this bottom lane. They commit a lot to rotate over from Leviathan, but can't get anyone still. Always coming up short.
Actually, a lot of heroes forced to rotate bottom by Leviathan, so Sneaky Nyx Assassins wasting a lot of Leviathan's time. Now, they might just transition this into a bot tier 1
Dyer's
push,
bottom tower is under
would
attack.
really mean that it wasn't necessarily a waste of time, but Whitebeard is slowly pushing up the top lane. Is going to TP back finally.
Ooh, Brax dives forward, goes on Nushin with the Orchid, but does not commit for
dodging
it.
so many
Radiant's
spells
top
there.
tower
He is
is
just
under
all
attack.
over the place right now.
Dire's
Regular
structures
Muhammad
are
Ali, but there's
fortified.
going to be the swap from Nushin, pulls him all the way back, and this is going to be a song to escape. But you can't escape TC when he has a BKB. Lights up the two of them. They see Shibby. Oh, they can't take him down before he TP's out, but man, TC has no problem working right through that song and cleaning up a couple on the way out.
Really well played by Brax there. Just really good use of Ball Lightning to dodge all the spells coming out
Just
from.
doesn't stop with it. He forces a BKB out now from Slark. He probably wasn't even going to do anything about it. He didn't have much mana after that jump, but forcing out that BKB just shows that Leviathan.
TC now with a refresher on top of his BKB.
Radiant's top tower
Blood
is
forced
under
away, but he turns right back with a Maldic Death Ward. Doesn't end up going down, and Slark easily helps clean him up. Centaur is going to be the trade. Now Brax goes right on to Shibby. I don't know if he can take him down in time, but the Black Hole follow-up is beautifully set. Get Shibby down, and the split won't happen. And now they Ball Lightning right towards Slark, even in their own base and home territory. They don't care. They clean up another. It's 3 down now, and with the Eye of the Storm out, TC just will
Double Eye of
murder
the Storm.
enemies. Double Eye of the Storm. It's a rave party right now. They just push down this mid
Radiant's
lane.
middle tower has fallen.
Please look away if you have epilepsy.
Oh boy. Jump on forward. There's another going down. I think this is going to be
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
GG call momentarily from Leviathan. It's very apparent
Radiant's
that
middle barracks
Sneaky
has
Nick's
fallen.
assassins are just way too out and far and ahead at this point. Past
Yeah.
20k. All of them.
I mean, it was a valiant effort to hold on, but at this point,
Radiant's bottom tower
not
is
much
under
left
attack.
to hold on. They're just sort of grasping at straws. They do have the level 16 ult onto the Brewmaster, but I mean, he's slowly just starting to fall out of relevance. He is going for this, you know, late game scaling build with the Vlads and AC, but they just have too much for him. Too many threats on the side of Sneaky Nick's assassins. 15 Bloodstone charges onto the Storm Spirit. You know, this Enigma now has his own Hex getting extremely farmed on himself. The Razor with the double BKB, double Eye of the Storm with his Aghanims.
Man, to have 15 charges on this Bloodstone and he got it after his Boots of Travel and after the Orchid, that's pretty crazy. So he's been finding so many kills ever since he put it together. I think that was the tipping point for Brax to really go unleashed in this game, and he really hasn't been holding back at this point. And we'll see here as they step back, they continue to pressure out all of the lanes. Naga even as support trying to use those illusions to push back with the Riptide. But they are already pretty much wounded here. Their mid completely brought down. Constant pressure going to be coming in from this mid lane, and with a draft that we don't even know what the huge comeback potential is going to be. I really don't see this going any other way. But I love my rubber band Dota and all, but I think Leviathan are just in a hole they can't get out of. Top lane. I mean, that just goes to show Slark just gets taken down immediately. He does pop his BKB, but just too much damage coming on through. And a huge jump from Brax again. Just Slark's good.
Radiant's
Done.
top
75 no
tower is under
buyback.
attack.
That's game.
I mean, maybe they could have, you know,
Radiant's
held
top
on to this game
tower
if
has
Slark had
fallen.
been possibly more fun. It looks like this is going to be the last fight of the game.
Yeah, Song is going to come out to kind of put to a halt everyone but TC. His BKB will stop,
Dyer's courier
thankfully for
has been
Nushin there, but
killed.
Nushin knows that this is going to be the last hurrah. Got to make the best of it. Well, nope. Getting taken down with a flame break right there, and Sneaky Nick's
Radiant's top
assassins
barracks
continue to
has
just
fallen.
take everything out in this top lane
Radiant's
and
top
look to take
barracks
this
are under
series and
attack.
clean it out as quick as they clean out this base. 2-0 will allow them to go right into the finals of this America Division in I-League and face the winner of Cloud9 going against Union
Radiant's
Gaming.
top barracks has fallen.
And I
Big
mean,
black hole on
obviously-
no one!
Victory.
Sorry, I had to do it.
Oh, that flame on UG though.
Did I just...
Good luck against C9. That's what Leviathan are saying.
Wow. Alright. So...
I mean, it's not really a stretch, if we're being real.
No. Union Gaming, the ultimate upset. Will we see it? We'll have to find out in the next upcoming series. Another best of 3, but this one already going to be wrapped up relatively early. It's Sneaky Nick's Assassins who just take 2 games relatively quick. They look dominant. They've been looking dominant the past couple of days. Leviathan, their cold streak continues. The script has been flipped, and I don't know, man. Any last thoughts on this series before we kind of just throw it to a break? I know we will have a pretty good amount of time before we get the next one underway. I believe it's actually an hour for now.
There's not really much to say about the game. That level 1 engagement really threw a wrench in the plans of Leviathan because they have this draft that really they can't fall this far behind, and they weren't able to do anything to this Enigma in the jungle. They wanted to aggressively tri-lane, but when you give 3 kills up at level 1, you really, after that point, you can't aggressive tri-lane anymore. They tried to rotate the heroes mid, but they weren't able to get a kill mid. Then they rotated bottom, but Sneaky Nyx Assassins just had an answer for everything after that level 1 engagement, and they just piled on the gold lead. It was like up to 10,000, I think, at 12 to 13 minutes, so...
Yeah.
Quite well played by Sneaky Nyx Assassins, and a bit unfortunate for Leviathan that they get completely destroyed at level 1 like that.
So with that, Sneaky Nyx Assassins will wait it out, and tomorrow they will face, in the finals, the winner, Cloud9 and Union Gaming. And then that winner secures their trip to the LAN in China and one step closer towards a $300,000 prize pool for Dota. It's crazy. We're up at crazy hours, though, for it. I-League hours, if you will, for America Dota. We'll be back in about 1 hour's time for our best-of-3 series between Cloud9 and Union Gaming. Thanks so much for hanging out. If you want to show your support and love, you can catch me on my Twitter at CoddleGuy, and, of course, catch my fabulous co-caster who's been trucking through the early morning by my side, FRL, at FRL Dota. We'll be back in about 1 hour's time. Stick around.